Alright, so I've got build templates set up. I've got them currently bound. These are unbound by default. I have them bound to control in 1 through 6 and control in F1 through F6, so it's very easy to swap between them. I don't currently have all my gear on my character because some of it is in my bank, but whatever. On your equipment tab, you've got two tabs here by default. I bought the package which is currently on the store. It's 2,000 gems, and it's here somewhere. It's gone. Oh, there it is. 2,000 gems. This comes with 2 build template expansions and 2 equipment template expansions. The build templates are for your traits and skills. The equipment templates are for your gear. The build storage allows you to save 3 more builds on your account, and these are account wide. And then you get some heroic boosters in a makeover kit because those are always nice. The total value of this kit is 3,087 gems, not counting the transmutation charges, because those obviously don't have any value. Well, it's not gem value. So I used one of my builds on this character. So by default you're on build 1, and then when you go to build 2, if you have nothing on there, because you'll have nothing on there when you start, all of your gear that was in 1 will not be in your bags. That's not here anymore. I used to have my Berserker gear here, my Viper gear here. That's all gone, because that is in this template here. You see all these little links? That means that these are all linked to something. They're stored somewhere in some template. But because they're here, you can swap, use them between different builds. So, like this Ruby or a Calcum amulet on my Berserker build, I can go to build 1. I can click here, and then I can say equip it there, and then it's on both. And if I go to my Condi NG, there, it's in the storage, and I'm using this candy corn or Calcum amulet. And so, like, equip here, for example, this is currently statted to Berserker, so I'm going to go ahead and change that because this is my Viper set, and it's got my Sigil of Bursting for Condi damage. But when I go to my power build, it's here, and it's in Berserker mode, and it's using my Superior Sigil of Force, so it does remember stat selections on legendary gear, which is very nice. So if you have a single set of legendary gear, you can save that between all 3, save yourself a little bit of trouble. But this is also super nice in that you don't necessarily have to have legendary gear. I've got some exotic gear in here, so it's great for players of all skill levels. If you have legendary gear, obviously you have the advantage of being able to have an effectively infinite number of these storage spaces. So the other important thing here is the build storage. These can all be named, by the way. You can right click here and you can hit copy equipment template and you can rename. So here I have my movable object. This has got all of my traits here. It's got all of my skills. If I swap to my power hollow, bam, there's all my skills and traits. They're all set there. And if I swap here, again, there's all my traits there. And you can store them over here. So, for example, I've got Condi NG here. So if I wanted to change some skills around and tinker with some stuff, but I don't want to worry about losing my build, I can just click Condi NG and it'll overwrite whatever my current build is with that. So that's super helpful for if I want to try, I want to try inventions here, and I want to do this stuff here. Oh, I don't like it, I want to go back. Bam, I can go back, which is great. I used to use screenshots and write it in a little notepad. I don't need to do that anymore. You can also so you can store these here. I believe there's like 24 or something like that. You start with 6. I got the extra 3. I recommend probably buying that and definitely using one of the build templates on one of your main characters. I use it on my engineer because I use Condi and power in raids, and then immovable object everywhere else. Yeah, so let's take a look at copy build template. And is there anyone online right now? There's no one online. Perfect. So I can go ahead and copy that, and there, engineer build. Copy build template, and that is quite the chat code there, but you can copy this into a notepad, so you can, in a sense, have an infinite number of builds. It's just a simple matter of saving it into a notepad, and then you copy it, you paste it, and then you can say apply to build template. So, you know, I can apply it to one of my existing templates. I can copy it, or I can store it. And there we go. Now it's stored. And I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to go ahead and delete. So, sort of a kind of a way, a workaround to have an infinite number of build templates there. Kind of nice. And then equipment templates. Same deal. Copy equipment template. And throw that in there. Hollowsmith build. You know, same deal. So you can't actually wait, copy equipment template. Why did that? Oh, I see. So yeah, you can copy and paste the equipment templates, but you can't paste those as chat codes. I remember now. I heard people complaining about that. Maybe that's something they'll change in the future. So currently, the actual equipment you can't share that. But you can share builds, which is, I don't know. It kind of makes sense. You tend to switch equipment a lot less than you switch your traits and stuff around, given that you needed to, you know, craft or find more equipment. Would be nice, but maybe that's something we'll get in the future. Maybe not. Just something you can live with. So now I'll show you what it kind of looks like. So I am currently on my movable object traits and my movable object skills or build. So if I hold down Control and I hit 2 and F2, this is why I did it on 1 and F1, 2 and F2, and so on, so on. So I can hold down Control and hit 2 buttons at once, and I've just swapped everything there. I go back to my build, and you can see. So you can see my gear switching, and you can see my trait switching, and this is instant. It does appear to be. Oops. It does appear that there's like a slight delay. You can't do exactly instant. But, you know, it's as close as you can get, I suppose. And you can activate your build and your equipment templates at the same time, which is nice. Yeah, so, you know, imagine being in World vs. World and you suddenly run into an enemy and you realize, hey, this build isn't working. I guess I gotta swap to my Condi build or something. You know, if you get killed or you manage to get out of combat, you just bam, and there you go, you're on your new build.